Did the I crave attention kid go too far? This kid Alonzo in my sophomore year was the ultimate drama queen. He'd faint during blood drives, claim he was lactose intolerant every time we had pizza parties, and somehow always had a medical emergency during tests he didn't study for. The teachers all knew his act, but they had to take it seriously just in case. Alonzo fed off any reaction he could get. If you called him out, he'd play victim and say you were bullying someone with real medical conditions. He had this whole sob story about anxiety and panic disorders that his mom apparently backed up with doctor's notes, but we all knew it was garbage. He only had episodes when it was convenient. His biggest performance happened during our school's lockdown drill in March. We were in third period history when the announcement came over the intercom. Teachers and students, please begin lockdown procedures immediately. Mrs. Stevens quickly locked the classroom door and herded all 28 of us into the supply closet at the back of the room. It was cramped and dark, but we'd done this drill dozens of times before. Everyone knew the routine. Stay quiet, stay hidden, wait for the all clear. Most of us were just annoyed we were missing class time. That's when Alonzo started his performance. At first, it was just heavy breathing and fidgeting. "I can't do this," he whispered to nobody in particular. "I'm claustrophobic. I can't be in here." Esme, who sat next to him in chemistry, rolled her eyes. "Alonzo, just shut up. It's only for like 10 minutes. But Alonzo ramped it up. He started hyperventilating, making these exaggerated gasping sounds like he couldn't get enough air. "I'm serious," he wheezed. "I can't breathe in small spaces. This is triggering my panic disorder." Mrs. Stevens tried calming him down with quiet words, but Alonzo was building to his crescendo. He started clawing at the closet door, pulling on the handle like a trapped animal. "Let me out," he whispered frantically. "I can't stay in here. I'm having a panic attack." Then he started crying. Loud, dramatic sobs that echoed in the tiny space. 27 other students were shooting him death glares, making cutting motions across their throats, anything to get him to shut up. That's when we heard Mrs. Stevens' phone buzz with a text message. Her face went completely white as she read it. "This is not a drill," she whispered to us. "School is in actual lockdown." The room went dead silent. Everyone's annoyed expressions turned to genuine fear. This wasn't practice anymore. There was a real threat somewhere in our school. But Alonzo, he completely lost it. He started full-on screaming, banging on the closet door with both fists. "Let me out! I can't breathe! Somebody help me!" His voice was echoing through the hallways, potentially giving away our exact location to whoever had triggered the lockdown. Mrs. Stevens lunged forward and clamped her hand over his mouth, but he bit her and kept screaming, "Help! We're in here! Somebody help us!" 3 of the football players had to physically restrain him, holding him down on the floor while he thrashed around. His fake breakdown was putting 30 people at genuine risk, and he either didn't care or was too deep into his performance to stop. We spent 2 terrifying hours in that closet, not knowing if we were safe, while Alonzo alternated between sobbing about his trauma and demanding to be let out. Every few minutes, he'd start screaming again, and we'd have to muffle him. The whole time, Mrs. Stevens was getting updates on her phone. Gas leak in the science wing, possible chemical exposure, hazmat teams on scene. Not knowing what was happening made everything worse. When they finally gave the all clear, we stumbled out exhausted and shaken. Alonzo immediately perked up like nothing had happened, checking his hair and his phone camera and asking if anyone had recorded his panic attack for social media. The next day, Alonzo was bragging to his friends about how he wasn't even scared during the lockdown and how everyone else was being dramatic about the whole thing. That's when we all realized his panic attack was completely fake. He'd literally put 30 people at risk just for attention during an actual emergency.